Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, of course. Welcome to Casting My Climb, episode number 3. So, we're gonna go into this game. Oh yeah, I'll turn that on for a moment. Wait a second. Let's put that on, just because it's better that way. So, let's get into the team. So, on the Radiant side, we have Phantom Lancer as the position 1. Rubik is going to be the position 4. Night Stalker the position 3 in the offlane. Marci is going to be the position 5. And Snapfire is going to be the position 2, aka mid lane. On the Dire side, we have Lion, who is the position 5, Hunter, who is the position 3, the offlaner, Shadow Fiend, who is, I think, the mid laner, if I remember correctly, Oracle is the position 4, and Riki is the position 1. So, we see them rotating in there. Riki's immediately found, gets thrown in by the dispose, gets stunned up, managed to jump out of dodge, and they walk away. Shadow Fiend once again walks in there. This is a bit of a dangerous situation here. They're looking for a play about this one. Shadow Fiend still walks in. Tidehunter moves close by as well. Shadow Fiend still goes for the chase a bit here. Gets hit by the Snapfire. Marci comes in once again. Picks the dispose onto the Shadow Fiend, and Shadow Fiend goes down to the Night Stalker. First blood is handed over by the Dire side. So, that is a rough start for this. So Shadow Fiend TPs into the mid lane. Snapfire is, as I said, the position 2. It's been kind of a meta thing now that Snapfire is kind of going about this way. Riki takes quite a bit of damage here, but Rubik is not looking too good either. Good stun from the Oracle. One thing I will point out this game, I didn't have a good... Tidehunter is dropping very, very low. A lot of damage being put on top of Tidehunter. Slightly bit. Here's now a bit of an overchase. Phantom Lancer not really getting his feet there. But gets stunned up by the Lion. Lion goes in for more here right now. And Marci goes down to the Oracle. Yeah. And that's pretty much... I didn't play this lane well. Shadow Fiend goes in there. Snapfire. So the thing is, at this point, I already kind of knew that the Phantom Lance is not really going well with anything here. Lion's going on here to try to throw something out. Hex goes out onto the Night Stalker. Riki jumps on top of the Night Stalker. And this is another part. He's like, you need to ward, and I'm like, yeah. Here, this Phantom Lance and I didn't click at all. Gotta be honest about that one. Phantom Lance and I were not teammates here. That really worked out well for this game, and that's gonna be pretty easy to see here. There you see already the first ping for the camp, which, I mean, this time it kind of makes sense, but the timing is just bad for that right now to ping that, but okay. Snapfire managed to pick up the rune. No deny there from the Shadow Fiend. The thing is, Marci is one of my light picks, to be honest. The problem is just Marci comes into a matchup where it's not really that great to be in. I'm gonna be completely honest about this, because Marci's not the... When you pick up Marci in these matchups, you kind of need a range as your play partner, because otherwise you're having a lot of issues, I would feel like, right now. But the problem is, the support you're kind of picking up first, but Night Stalker's dropping pretty low, gets out of dodge there. Rubik's trying to put some more pressure on there, but Night Stalker not looking good with the HP here right now. That's another part that's kind of going to be about, and Oracle's doing a great job. Got another good CC off there, no problem whatsoever. But yeah, that's going to be part of the problem in this game, really. Snapfire gets a good jump on top of that with the cookie. Shadow Fiend's dropping pretty low here, but not enough there. I didn't realize they had that deep of a ward if I look at the map right now. Kind of interesting. Good spikes there from the lion on both of them. He jumps on top of the Rubik, gets a bit of damage out of there, but not really too much. But yeah, they have a big issue here. The Radiant's not looking too sharp here right now. Good pull in from the Riki, but on the Riki not enough there. Phantom Lancer's just trying to do what you can, really. I mean, problem is you kind of scuffed the lane at this point already, and it's just kind of like how it's going now. Lane here is pretty scuffed, honestly. At this point, I should have probably, as Marci, kind of already thought about just ditching the lane. Be completely honest about it, because it's just kind of not looking too good here. We got a lot of damage on top of the Marci, but not really much. That one Phantom Lancer goes a bit for a chase there, but not really enough there. But yeah, that was probably the best opportunity I could have had there, really, to kind of ditch the lane. Riki goes for the Rubik. There goes now the Shroud. Here goes on top of this. This is actually the moment where the Night Stalker needs to spike in this case right now, but not really much about that. Jumps on top of the Rubik. Rubik accidentally pulls the Riki out of the field, and the double kill there. 3-1 for that dire side. This game really went badly here. Let's be honest about that one. This game just didn't go good whatsoever here. Here another thing I should have probably done. I should have probably went for the contest on that rune soon. The power rune. Just give it the Snapfire a better opportunity, because I'm not finding any room against this root on top of the Marci. Marci takes quite a bit of damage. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there's Riki getting a lot onto the Night Stalker. As I said, this should be actually the point where the Night Stalker, for the first time, really spikes up here with going about everything. But that is unfortunately not how this game goes. As I said, I should have probably rotated in there, helped the Snapfire out a bit more. If I went for the power room, would have probably gotten kill on top of the Shadow Fiend. But that's wishful thinking, honestly. Pulling Tidehunter root from the Oracle there. No much to be done about that one. Night Stalker's trying to find some room here. Stun on to that one. That's good silence there, but unfortunately, as I said, this is kind of like the biggest issue we really have right now, that there's not much to be done about this. This was probably the wisest play I could have done this lane, to be honest. Root on top of the Phantom Lancer. The Phantom Lance play is not working out. As I said, I should have probably rotated at this point completely out of the lane. Going for other plays here, just the lane is miserable for me. And I should just look to bail out this lane as much as I can. I do steal the Dire Wisdom Shrine, so that's at least a point for me. That's basically all. I've really done that one well there. Night Stalker gets on top of Riki, but not enough there. Lion gets a lot of mana out of that one. Rubik's not looking good. Spikes hit the Rubik as well. Night Stalker has to walk back in there. Gets a few slaps on top of the wrist there, but yeah, as I said, it's kind of like I should have maybe rotated mid, maybe rotated top, so give myself an opportunity to actually play this game out, really. No way, shape, or form. Snapfire goes a lot of damage on top of that one. Jumps on top of the Shadow Fiend. I'm too late to the party there, which is very unfortunate. If I was probably there, it could have gone better. Phantom Lancer just walks into the stun. Walks in the stun. Tidehunter and Oracle just gonna go for this one. As I said, I should have probably already at that point decided, no, this lane's not gonna be anything for me, and just take my talents somewhere else, because the Phantom Lancer is just taking every hit he can take right now. That should have been the option really to play about this, but not really much about that one. This is another part where Shadow Fiend is going to go for the rotation bot side. Meanwhile, Snapfire throws out the mortar, gets a kill, so that's actually a good part. They gets actually a double on that Riki as well, so that is a good play there. Now Shadow Fiend is there as well, so this is not the fight you want to be in. Shadow Friend goes in here. Stun on the Marci. Marci goes away. Shadow Fiend is sitting on the side there waiting for an opportunity. They're gonna go for a dive here probably. It's stun misses completely there. That's on me. Here hits the Phantom Lancer. Stun on top of the Marci as well. And a double kill, so both mid laners got something out of the fight right there. As I said, probably I should have already rotated out of this lane a while ago. Shadow Friend is going to come in from the side here. Gonna look for the rotation there. Got that one as well. Tidehunter comes as well, so there's a big party coming around here right now. Snapfire tries to do what he can. Ravage goes out of there, and that's a bad move for the Radiant side. Snapfire and Night Stalker go down. Rubik falls as well, so everybody died in that fight. It wasn't the team wipe because we're so early in the game, so most of the people already respawned there. And this is really the point where I would say, yeah, I should have rotated out a long time ago. That would have been the wisest choice. What does the Economs actually do for Tidehunter? Gosh. Oh, that's so that's the wave, so you can pull people in like Kunkka has one. They both have one of those. Interesting play. Night Stalker sitting there trying to do something. Stun goes out onto the Night Stalker. He is not looking. Ooh, Snapfire jumps on top with a cookie on top of the Shadow Fiend, but that's really not where you want to go right now. That's going to be a big part about this one. Mortar comes out of there, gets quite a bit of damage, and that pulls the Shadow Fiend actually out of it. Tidehunter gets jumped on top there. Marci jumps on top as well, so this is an opportunity. Pull the Tidehunter in once again. He throws out the Kraken Shell, so he might have a chance to survive this one. Good route there. And Tide gets to walk away. Or does he? Does he? Does he? That's a question now. He's barely not there. Gets a gush. No, Night Stalker puts him into the ground. So all is good there. Rubik gets dove pretty heavily by the Riki. Riki's holding on as much as he can. Takes the few tower shots, but is fine with that. Parker figures out the shrine is gone. And that's going to be another situation to develop about. Right now, the Radiant team are down at 1140. Oh, Shadow Fiend's looking for another one here. It's 5-10 in favor of the Dire team, which makes a lot of sense right now, to be honest. The Dire team is looking pretty strong here. Kaya now for the Snapfire. Problem is you're not gonna find an Aizu jump right now. Yell now has drifted out of the lane, going to farm here. But it's not looking good how the game is going up till now. You can see there's quite a bit of an advantage here for this Dire team right now. You see they're about 3k up, about 12:30 on the clock. I mean, it's fine-ish. But it's not really good. Weighted dice. Why would you go for weighted dice? I'm not too sure about that one. Okay, Snapfire gets caught out there completely. Lion just puts her to the test with the finger. Phantom Lancer calling for a jump here. Unfortunately, does nothing about it because, well, it's his Phantom Lance. Unfortunately, in this game, I hate to be that way, but nah, the Phantom Lance is just not at all a factor right now. I didn't play well. Phantom Lancer didn't play well. Our team isn't playing well. So they're gonna go into a heavy play here. Riki He's having issues farming, which is kind of interesting. Shadow Fiend going for a rotation here. Gonna go towards the bot side, so they're gonna try to look to knock out this play. Looking for an opportunity here. Gonna go for a heavy dive, get on top of the support there. Marci is just gone here. No opportunity whatsoever. Gets put into the ground. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer just rotated top for, well, I mean, he got out of that fight, so that's probably the one plus thing we can call about that one, but otherwise, he is not having farm. That's kind of a weird part about this one, to be completely honest. Has no farm, has no opportunity really. Tidehunter has the most. And now the mortar comes out once again. They're trying to get on top of this lion. Lion's dropping pretty low here. Gets rooted up there, and that's a kill. They got one out of that one. Okaya and Yasha is already done for the Shadow Fiend, and he's rotating somewhere and looking for something. And okay, yeah, that's actually a wise play. He rotated around, looked like he was going for something else, just gets on top of the Marci there. That's my misplay completely there, for thinking that he was rotating top, but he wasn't. And well played, well played. I mean, I'm gonna completely admit the Oracle just had my number this game. I said part of that is kind of like up to the point where I would say what you call it, rare for me to be this loss of words. Night Stalker walks into the enemy team there, gets hit with a cookie to get out of dodge there right now. Snapfire puts a little bit of damage onto the Rubik. However, they're still looking for an opportunity. The finger goes in, and that is gone. The finger of death goes out of there. Nothing to be done about that one. Snapfire doesn't manage to get the deny on the group as well, and that is 15-6 and 6k lead. Phantom Lancer are slowly catching up right now, but the problem is not having a play about this right now. And since we're at this point, I think we can start showing the net worth, and you can really see Phantom Lancer is second on his team, but all three cores of the Dire side are further ahead of everybody there. Night Stalker managed to walk away. There is the nighttime, so that could be an advantage here. A haste rune bottled by the Shadow Fiend, so he could wrap in somewhere pretty quickly. So this was an out and out really bad game, gotta be completely honest about that one. Out and out horrible game. Shadow Fiend looking for the rotation, pops the haste rune, tries to wrap around you now. The Night Stalker does find him there, silence on top of him. Fortunately, he's trying to walk away now. Cookie gets on top of him, Dispo can't come out there because there's the silence. There goes the ult. Riki goes for the fight here, tries to get on top of that one. Night Stalker is trying to hold on as much as he can. Riki goes down to the unleash of the Marci. Phantom Lancer came in for nothing, but that was a kill, and that helps out quite a bit, to be honest, right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I gotta look at something for a moment because I remember something around later in the game. Yep. Good that I remember that one. Cool. We'll talk about that when it comes up. Bit of foreshadowing. Root on top of the Phantom Lancer, and oh good. Stun onto the Marci. Marci gets hexed up as well. No opportunity there, and the Finger of Death comes out once again, and another kill for this Lion. Who has, if I saw correctly, 4 already? 3 or 4? 4 already. 100 damage plus already. Okay. Not a good point to be in right now. Shadow Fiend looking for some opportunity here. Phantom Lancer finds himself with the Riki in tow. Has to find a way out of this. Rubik getting pressured quite a bit. No opportunity to get out of there. And that is a he is a goner. Phantom Lancer needs to find a way to threaten something, but right now the Oracle goes for the stun, gets a hit on top of that one. Shadow Fiend comes in as well. They get a pick off onto the Snapfire as well. 18-8 for Dire right now. Not a good position to be in right now. If we look at the itemization right now, we got Skull Basher on the Night Stalker, which is pretty nice. We got a Yasha on the Phantom Lancer, which is kind of a funny part about that one because you really don't see anything coming about that. But hey, the Dire side are pretty heavy ahead, and you can see that net worth pretty much. Phantom Lancer and Snapfire are pretty up and up, and Snapfire has been providing a bit more for the team right now. Marci misses that jump completely there, pops the Unleash. Oracle tries to find a TP out of there, not much of you done about that one. Cookie gets the jump onto the stun there for the Oracle, and Oracle just bites the dust. So I think I didn't pick up the item I should have really picked up this game, which is the Aghanim's, because Aghanim Shard, because Marci loves the Aghanim Shard. I love the Aghanim Shard of Marci, but right now we do have the Night Stalker pushing too far forward and getting taken out for his worries. And this is one of the bigger points that happens a lot in this game that you can see really developing in this game pretty much. You have one guy stepping a bit too far forward and getting punished for that one every time, and you see Snapfire even now surpassed the Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer is just not in the spot where you would want to see the Phantom Lancer be in. He's your position 1 and sort of your try to be saving grace here.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
And that's a big part about this one. Rubik and Marci don't look good here, but that makes kind of sense in a way. He gets trapped out of there. Jump on top of the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend's not feeling good about that one. Goes for the ult that kills immediately off the Night Stalker right now. That's an opportunity to play about this one. Marci does win the 1v1 versus the Riki, which is pretty good to be honest. And that means another play for that one. I think, yeah, the Shadow Fiend exploded, killed both the Night Stalker and the Phantom Lancer, which is kind of funny about that one, to be completely honest. And with that, it kind of becomes a game right now where I'm like, yeah. So the problem is Night Stalker is not bad. The problem is just you have no opportunity to really find a way out of this one. The Phantom Lancer is just not in the spot where you want your Phantom Lancer to be. Oracle's even farming out. Mortar comes out of there. Not really much to be done about that one. Shadow Fiend walks in there, gets on top of Snapfire. Snapfire wins that fight. Ryan has to watch that happen. Bit of a surprise there. Wouldn't have suspected that to happen, to be honest. But it did happen, and that's how it just goes down here. See the rate inside. Do you have a bit of a fight in them, but not really that much. Gus comes out of there. Rubik is not in a good position there. Gets a root up there, but they're close by. Dust goes out onto the Riki, so there could be an opportunity there. Snapfire pulls away, so they can't really go for the fight here. Marci is more or less a sitting duck under this tower, and this tower is just going to fall, so there's not much to be done about it.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And Shadow Fiend comes in. So right now there is the Tidehunter sitting around here. Marci and they get on top of their Ravage. Stun. Finger comes out of there as well. They pick up the kill. Marci tries to find a way out of this one, but not much can be done about that when the Riki and the Lion get on top of her as well. So she goes down as well. And Phantom Lancer's nowhere to be seen. I hate to be that way, but it is what it is, honestly, this game. Shadow Fiend is rocking completely this game. Tidehunter is looking good. Tidehunter had played the lane out greatly with the Oracle together. They played awesomely this game. And yeah, Riki just got another kill on top of the Rubik. That's another part of the issue, I would say, in this game right now. You got Got the Tide Hunter who's looking good. You got the Shadow Fiend who's looking good. You got the Riki who's looking good. On the Radiant side, well, you kind of got the Snapfire, but we're 23 minutes in and there's like an 8,000 goal lead distance already. They're waiting. They're getting on top of the Night Stalker. No opportunity for him to give and get out of this play. Flying its snap. Yeah, that was just a misplay there. That kind of screwed over the Marci a bit there in that play, weirdly enough. Cookie threw the Marci over the line, so you couldn't get the dispose up there and everything. Riki's moving around. Walked into a trap that was known. Shadow Fiend even misses the first one. They get a good stun onto the Marci. Marci's trying to find a way out of this one completely now. Riki's fine. He's on top of the Rubik, but there's not really much you can do here. Marci tries to put some damage in onto the Titan, but it's not enough. But Snapfire picks up the kill there. Gets the Cookie out of there. Tries to jump more out of this one. Riki's fighting in the Mortar, which is not really the wise choice. Gets on top of the Snapfire. No opportunity to get out of there as well. That's a triple kill for the Riki there. Not much to be played about this one. And I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not too sure if I get over him in net worth, but Phantom Lancer's slowly slipping down. We're almost 25 minutes into the game. It's 31-14, 11k gold lead for this Dire team. Honestly, let's be completely honest about this one. Dire could already go for Roshan and just push this game to the limits right now. That's just being an honest statement. Night Stalker gets on top of Oracle. There's an opportunity there, but Riki puts an end to that one. Ravage comes out of there. One down. Now the Phantom Lancer is the sole survivor of that fight and gets taken out as well. And that's another pick off there. And I don't know if he would charge there. And that's part of the problem right now, I would say. There's some work clearing happening, but the problem is just you have no opportunity to really find your way out of this one. Phantom Lancer is not looking good. It's 14-34, and I said it's a 13k gold lead. There's a tower down, goes up to 14k, which makes a lot of sense. Oracle's even doing the ancients there, which makes a lot of sense, honestly. I said they could probably just go for Roche and break the base completely here. No questions asked here. It's on top of the Riki. This is not an opportunity, but Riki goes invisible. Dust gets thrown out here. Has to jump over to the Shadow Fiend. They're going to go for this fight. Riki tries to jump in there. Gets a bit of a chance. Oracle gets pulled in there. Marci pulls out the Unleash. Gets a kill onto the Oracle. Takes a lot of damage on the other side. Riki gets jumped there as well. Shadow Fiend gets some damage in there. But Marci has to walk away there. Rubik gets immediately annihilated there as well. Jump in from the Marci. They do get double kill on top of that one, but there's no opportunity to get more out of this fight. And now the leash comes out of there. Marci goes down, and Phantom Lancer is nowhere to be seen. Triple kill for the Shadow Fiend there. And I mean, it's a 3-for-4, which is kind of an interesting fight, especially if you think about it that it was a 5 versus 4. Though the Radiant team aren't completely out of it. The problem is just, I would say, more that Phantom Lancer has an interesting opinion of how to play this game. That's how I would look at it right now. But yeah, the problem is more that Phantom Lancer is just farming while the base is slowly collapsing. Like I said, Roche and just push to the end would probably be the option you would go for if you are this Dire team. That should be no problem whatsoever. Go for that one. Riki now revived as well. And that's how I would say it. This game is going right now. Riki gets on top of the Rubik. No opportunity for him to survive. Oh, actually, there might be a chance for him to survive. Riki's trying to get on top of the Cookie jump there. And they do pick off the Riki, so that is a valuable pick. However, the bigger issue right now is there is a lot coming around this. Phantom Lancer farming there on the bot side, but there is the push coming into the bot side as well, so if they check the cams, they could find this Phantom Lancer sitting around, but that's gonna be the next question that's gonna have to be asked here.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's
Look at
bottom
what's
tower.
ever going on right now with everything else right now. So we got a 1, 4, and 4 Phantom Lancer. We got the 10, 1 and Rubik, 4 and 8 Marci and everything. Snapfire goes for the mortar there. He's in a bad situation, tries to find a way out of it. TP comes in there. Now an opportunity for the Marci to try to get something out of this. Goes for the Unleash on the Oracle. Meanwhile, Shadow Fiend is looking for an opportunity here as well. Tidehunter goes for the Ravage, so this is now a chance to really get something out of this. Lion jumps in there. The anchor is being thrown out on the Marci, so the Marci doesn't get an opportunity here, but the Lion gets jumped there. Snapfire picks up the kill. So this is what I was talking about. There are fights that they could do, but they don't really have the teamwork right now, I would say, to pull this one completely out of it. Lion had to pay the price for that fight here right now. And that's something to keep in mind right now. The Radiant team are not looking good. That's something everybody can wholeheartedly sign up on. Snapfire is doing her best. She's still 5k down to her opposing laner, which is the Shadow Fiend, but the Shadow Fiend is just the guy who is going hard in this game. Let's be honest about that one completely. Shadow Fiend is just rolling, and you can see that really when you look at how his score is. He's 1e5 and 7, so he's looking pretty good here. The bigger issue I would say still is kind of like, I don't know what the Phantom Lancer is really doing this game. I mean, I get what you kind of want to have happen here. Roshan grabs the Oracle for a moment, throws him about, but yeah, they're gonna go Roshan, then they can probably finish off this game whatsoever. Or are they? They should be going Roshan, I would say. That would be the best way to handle this right now. Be honest about this play, right? Roshan should be their opportunity there. His ability being popped here completely. Riki is sitting there. Snapfire has some awareness. But Snapfire gets jumped by the Riki there. No opportunity there. Shadow Fiend comes around as well. No chance whatsoever to get into that one. Gan goes out, but not much to be done about that play there right now. No opportunity to get out of it whatsoever. Tide gets on top of the Marci once again. Lion gets a stun onto both. Shadow Fiend with the old Ravage comes out as well, and Marci and Dynamite's immediate bite to dust. Night Stalker tries to find a way out of that one, but no opportunity whatsoever. 42 to 19, 15k gold lead for this play, and you can really just see no opportunity to get something out there. Shadow Rays has been used there. Finger of Death. Pretty sure even the ult was used there. Yeah, the ult was, the Rickham Souls was used as well. Now it shows that, yeah, exactly 3 picks off. Rickham Soul, Ravage being put on Earth Spike. Like they go to Roshan. Yeah, Phantom Lancer. Phantom Lancer, who has been not a good player in this game right now, is now acting like, yeah, my team kind of, you should just end because we can't do anything about it. That's kind of the funny part. I've been seeing fights where there's been plays that they could be turning around. And I feel like that could have actually worked out quite a bit. But yeah. So let's take a slight look. So our Phantom Lancer, who is, if I remember correctly, yeah, 1, 5, and 5. Look what he has. So he has Manta style in his boots. That's what Phantom Lancer has. That's all Phantom Lancer has. Use of Travel, BKB, and Kaya for the Snapfire. Want to get a Blink Dagger as well. I'm closer to BKB than he's to his item, but okay. Rubik, Boots, and Phylactery. Night Stalker, he does have the Bashers. Wants to go for the Pipe of Insight, but honestly, there's no opportunity. Gonna go for Roshan, which makes a lot of sense. Just get the last play out of there, what you really want to have here. get on top of the Marci, who tries to de-ward there and just put her into the ground. You can see the lead is just ballooning further. There's not really an opportunity to do something about this one, really. Shadow Fiend just went with the Requiem, got another pickup. Phantom Lancer goes and tries to get some opportunity. I mean, the Manta's an interesting option right now, but I don't feel like the Manta was the item that Phantom Lancer needs there. Gets taken out as well, so the Manta doesn't really matter anyway. Roshan, they kill everybody. They do pick up Roshan here, so Headhunter has to pick up the fish. And now they finish off Roshan. 34 minutes already into the game. 47-19 with a 23,000 gold lead. They have no Aegis on the Riki. I mean, okay, you can give it to the Riki, it's fine. Probably would have given to the Shadow Fiend because, let's say, honestly, the Requiem, technically 3 Requiems would be pretty strong, and that would finish off whoever survives something here. Gotta be honest about that one. But there's not really much can be done about this one. The Phantom Lancer is still 5th in net worth, but it's not looking too good there. So the push is coming in there right now. Not really much can be done about this one. We got it. We put down some wards. They could just honestly just push into the finish right now. There's not much can be really done about this one. Bit of mortar gets thrown out there. Tidehunter gets dispelled there, but that's that. They're gonna wrap around. They're gonna go for the next set of racks. If I see correctly how they want to play this out. Makes quite a bit of sense, let's be honest about it. Just get the push in here. They could go for the throw, let's be honest about this one. They could just go in there and just finish off this game immediately here, no questions asked. Night Stalker is a bit too far forward, which is a bit dangerous here. Puts down a ward, but has to be very careful about that one. Gets rooted up there completely. So that's the opportunity. Gets cliffed on top. Yeah, that's a bit on Snapfire, to be honest. I didn't see that happen, but yeah, I was wondering why he was on the cliff in that play. You can't blame that on Night Stalker, my guys. Oh, I feel bad for the Night Stalker. They're tipping him because they think he flinked on top of the cliff. That's not what happened. Ravage comes out of there. Rubik has bitten the dust here. PKB now from the Snapfire. Shiva's getting thrown out here as well. Rook gets both of them. Riki jumps on top of Marci. PL now comes into the fight. Tries. I don't even know what he's trying to do here. He's fighting them, but no opportunity whatsoever. The healing field is doing a lot of damage as well, so no question about that one. And Phantom Lancer is dead. Hasn't even gotten his butterfly done, which is a bit of an awkward situation, gotta be honest about that one. Fish comes out of there. They should just be able to finish this off right now. They're pushing in. The first turret goes down of the throne. The second one's gonna go down now soon as well. Night Stalker's the only one alive. Can't really do much about it, let's be honest about that one, but it's over. The throne is now going to the ground. Not much can be done about that one, and I would say GG. Oh, they dive now the fountain. I don't know why they would do that, but they do get a kill on top of the Night Stalker and then end off the game. 53-19 and a 33 gold lead at 37-6, and Dire win the game. GG. And with that, I actually rank into my position, which is now Herald 4. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.